Hi, everyone. I wanted to test out the new studio feature in Substack. So, from my office today, I'm going to just talk about one of my favorite subjects, which is different hand gestures that could be used for self improvement and that I use in coaching, I've used in the past in psychotherapy. And I'll just show them to you. I might have to move around a little bit so that you can actually see what I'm doing with my hands while I'm also speaking to the microphone and can get it all in the camera. But yeah, I'll just show you three or four different hand techniques that I think are pretty useful. I tend to find most people can relate to these. Some people really relate to using hand gestures. Some people like verbal techniques. Some people like visual techniques. Some people really connect with these kind of more physical exercises. So, first one isn't mine. It's a technique that's used in acceptance and commitment therapy, which is a modern evidence based form of behavior therapy. And acceptance and commitment therapy, or it's called ACT for short, uses the following technique sometimes to bring about change, a strategy that's called verbal diffusion in that approach. It's a shift in perspective on certain thoughts or beliefs that you might have. So, first of all, we'll pick an example of a thought. It could be anything, but someone's disagreed with me, and that's awful. I can't stand it. Let's say if I tend to get angry with people when there's disagreements. This guy doesn't agree with me. He criticized what I said, and that's just awful. I can't stand it. So when I really buy into that and see the world that way and take those thoughts and evaluations literally, we call that verbal fusion. There's no like separation between the world, my feelings, and the stuff that I'm telling myself about it. It's all kind of mashed together into one ball of experience. So some of these techniques are really just about separating those things out, which tends to give us more control. Um, so the technique in ACT usually involves putting your hands over your eyes and focusing on the thought or belief. This guy said he doesn't agree with me, and it's just awful. I can't stand it when people do that. And imagine that I'm really kind of immersed in the thought, like I'm so close to it that I can't get any perspective on it. And so giving myself a minute to kind of like really get into the hole so that I can practice climbing back out of it again. So getting into the anger and the feelings that associate with that. This guy said he doesn't agree with me and he criticized me and it's just awful. I just can't stand it. It's terrible. How could he? What a jerk. And then slowly I'll open my eyes and I'll move my hands a little bit further away and imagine that I'm holding or cradling the belief or thought in my hands, like it's a sentence floating in the air, or I'm kind of cradling it in my hands in front of me. So move it a little bit further away, and imagine I've got that sentence there. This guy criticized me, and I can't stand it. It's awful. So that I can look at it with a kind of detachment and curiosity. And that's a kind of interesting belief to have. Like, interesting thing to tell yourself. It's not an interesting evaluation. Like, can't stand it, eh? Like, awful. It's terrible. All right. Interesting. So I'm not trying to get rid of the thought, just shifting my perspective on it. I'm almost looking at it like it's an exhibit in a museum or an art gallery, maybe moving it around and looking at it from different perspectives and stuff like that. Seems like an odd thing to do, but it's a way of changing my relationship with my own thoughts to gain more flexibility. And I can bring it back again and get like really immersed in it, get tunnel vision for it, like fusing it with reality, like and really identifying it with reality. I can't handle this. It's just too much. This guy's awful. What a jerk. I can't stand it. How dare he? Like, and then imagine that I'm slowly moving my hands away and I'm kind of taking a step back and observing the thought. And look at the stuff that I was telling myself. I can't stand this. It's awful. Like, interesting. Like, I should put that in a plinth in a museum or an art gallery or something, and people can come and take pictures of it, look at it. They can have school trips come and look at my crazy, irrational bullshit that I tell myself exhibited in this art gallery. So that's the act technique. There's a hand gesture that I like to use that's kind of loosely derived from Stoicism, from something that Cicero and other authors tell us that Zeno, the founder of Stoicism, that he would clench his fist to symbolize holding on to an idea, or giving assent, right, to an impression, as the Stoics put it. So imagine that I'm fusing a belief with reality and thinking, this is awful, I can't stand it. People find it natural to clench their fist when they're doing that, especially in the past when I used to train therapists. Like, we used similar techniques to this, and it was always kind of popular for anger. People tend to find it natural. This is awful, I can't stand it. And then imagine that you're releasing your grip on the belief and you're just kind of holding it loosely again in the palm of your hand, like you're kind of like tossing that impression. Like, I get the impression this is awful. It seems awful. It seems terrible to me right now. Like, in the palm of my hand. Like, yeah, that's like one way of looking at things, I guess. Like, this is one thing that I could tell myself. Um, Sometimes people have told me that this gesture is kind of like it's used to symbolize rhetoric or oratory in ancient Greece and Rome. You'll see it sometimes in statues, and that making this gesture, this is awful, I can't stand it. They think of it not so much that they're cradling the thought or the sentence in the palm of their hand, but almost like their hand itself symbolizes saying the thought, like, this is awful, like, and then reality is over there. Like, and this is what I'm saying. I'm barking these evaluations and appraisals. This is awful. I can't stand it. It's awful. Like, how dare he? What a jerk. And it makes people more aware that it's an activity. It's a thing that I'm saying to reality or in response to it. Like almost like I'm attacking it or something like that. I'm saying this over and over at reality, at the event, at the other person. Like, it's a way of making me more aware of, take ownership of it, making me more aware it's my thought, my evaluation is an activity that I'm engaged in, rather than treating it as if it's a perception. Like, it is awful. I see it as awful. This guy is a jerk. No, I'm labeling him as a jerk. I'm calling it awful. It's something I'm saying about it. Gives me more ownership of it. Another technique that's a little bit like that is I'll sometimes say, imagine you've got these two beliefs. So on the right hand, there's what you see and hear, your objective descriptions of the trigger situation, the thing that you're upset about. Like, this guy said that he disagreed with me, he criticized me. And then my evaluations, on the other hand, it's awful, he's a complete jerk. Imagine I'm kind of fusing these together. Like, this guy criticized me, he's a jerk, it's awful, as if it's all mashed together and there's no distinction. And then slowly separating them and going, well, on the one hand, this is what actually happened, objectively speaking. Like, a guy said that he didn't agree with something that I said. On the other hand, I'm adding the evaluation that it's awful and catastrophic and unbearable, and he's a complete jerk. Oh, it's awful. I can't stand it when this guy talks to me like that. It's unbearable. On the one hand, somebody disagreed with me. On the other hand, over here, I'm adding the evaluation that it's unbearable. I can't stand it. And moving the hands further apart and saying to myself, on the one hand, this is what happened. On the other hand, this is my evaluation of it. It's like separating them psychologically so that I get more of a sense of flexibility. Like, one of the things that it helps, apart from kind of diluting the intensity of the feeling, often what it does is create a sense of possibility, flexibility, choice. Like, I guess I could tell myself it's awful and unbearable, but other opinions are available. Like, maybe that's not the whole story. Maybe I'm missing things. Maybe I'm exaggerating. Maybe I'm overgeneralizing. Maybe I'm jumping to certain conclusions about what other people are thinking or how things are going to work out in the future. Um, so by separating my evaluations, my inferences, my thoughts about the observable event, what actually happened, objectively speaking, I create more opportunity for reappraisal, as it's called, for reevaluating things. Uh, I begin to think maybe other people would view this differently, evaluate it differently, make different predictions, different assumptions. So I think now, these aren't most of the hand gestures that I use. There's a few others. My other favorite one is kind of a little bit more about coping and values. So I'll clench my fist to symbolize some kind of discomfort or frustration or pain. Like, so imagine this is hard work and it's kind of uncomfortable. It's unpleasant. Like, so grasping onto the aversive aspect of an experience. And then I imagine that my other hand symbolizes my ability to cope with it using virtues, for example, like wisdom, patience, temperance, and stuff like that. This really is painful. It's really unpleasant. It's difficult. Like, it's stressful, but I can cope with it. I have patience. I have temperance. I have a bit of wisdom. I can look at it from different perspectives. I can handle it. I can endure it. I can cope with it. It is hard. It is stressful, but I have ways of coping with it. I'm confident in my ability to deal with it. And I have various options. I can deal with it. I'm a pretty tough guy. I've dealt with similar things in the past and I'll deal with similar things in the future. I've got people that I can call on for support and I've got various options and choices that I can use. This is hard. It's unpleasant. It's frustrating. I'm tired, but I can handle it. Right. So accepting the discomfort or the difficulty of something, then reframing it by attaching an affirmation of my coping ability. Like, yeah, this is like that's quite good for dealing with procrastination because usually a good way of illustrating how useful this can be is that when people procrastinate, often but not always, most of the time there's some kind of mild aversion to the task. Like, this just seems like unpleasant. It seems like hard work, or it seems kind of frustrating, and then they'll immediately give up. They'll bail because their appraisal of their coping ability is low. They have low frustration tolerance. Whereas, say I have to do what would be like tedious doing accounts is everyone's favorite. So filing my annual accounts is like tedious. It's going to take a while. Like, it's going to be kind of boring. It's going to be difficult. Sure, but I can handle it. Like, I have patience. I have self discipline. I have temperance. I can deal with it. Like, it's tedious, but I can handle it. Like, I've got ways of getting through it. Like, so locking those two thoughts together, like, the acknowledging the aversion, but combining it with an affirmation of your coping ability and thinking of those two thoughts as being bound together and using hand gesture to reinforce that. And then it becomes easier to recall it when you do it again in the future. You go, oh, yeah, like that attitude is familiar to me because I always do it when I do this gesture. Anyway, those are a couple of weird things that you can do with hand gestures. Let me know what you think. I just wanted really to test out this new feature in Substack and see how that works out. But if you find those techniques useful, or if you've got any questions about them, or any gestures that you find useful yourself that you want to share with other people, please let me know. So thanks, everyone. Bye bye.